Hello beautiful soul, and welcome back to my channel. This is day 18, I believe, in the 4 Bodies challenge, and I've got a slightly longer practice for you today. I know these practices are supposed to be shorter, or at least I planned for them to be shorter, but on the topic of slowing down that I covered yesterday, I really want you to feel this and embody it so that you can understand how powerful it is. This is a special video because this is part of the program that I'm running with my clients. So this is kind of like an exclusive, and it's based around the topic of slowing down, and I just think this practice is incredible. And I've just finished it. I feel amazing, and I'm really embodying that sense of slowing down. And I just really want you to understand that when you work on slowing down the body and the movements in the body, this can have such a big impact on your nervous system and how you feel emotionally, how you feel in your head, so you can find that sense of your thoughts moving more slowly, and you're kind of less anxious. And it just highlights how connected everything is when you do yoga, because it encompasses all of the 4 bodies. So I guess because we're near the end of the challenge now, I wanted to encompass everything, and that's why I think it's just a good time to share this practice with you. And this is all about mindful movement and really tuning into slowing down the movement. So just slowing down the things that we would do normally, the movements that we normally do in yoga. There's nothing very different in this practice, but it's just a whole new way of feeling into it. So it's like tuning into the deliciousness of the movements and the sensations. And this is how we can create a more satisfying and delicious life and existence, is honoring just the things that don't seem that significant. So in yoga, we have the poses, and I think there's always so much significance on the poses, but what I really wanted to, I guess, highlight in this practice is how important the movements between the poses are as well, because I think in life we give a lot of significance to the big things and the big achievements and like where we're going and getting from where we are to where we want to be, and we don't give the little things or the spaces between these big things enough significance and meaning. And when we do, our life becomes so much more meaningful, because there's every step along the way becomes meaningful and becomes like juicy and enjoyable and satisfying, and we can just feel the bliss and the sensations. This is about embodiment. This practice is about embodiment and really enjoying the sensations that are in the body and making them more delicious. And yeah, you have to try it. I really hope that you can just take an hour out of your day to give this practice a go. It's based around my current program, which I'm running with my beautiful yogis, called Balance and Relaxation. This is week 4. No, this is week 5 actually. This is an exclusive because I haven't ran my clients through this practice yet, but it's powerful. So I really hope you enjoy this, and let me know how you found it. I'm wishing you an amazing rest of your day. Let's begin this practice at the top of our mats in a standing position, coming into mountain pose. So this practice is all about slowing down. So let's drop into that right now. Close the eyes down and just start to check in. Feeling your feet against the ground. You might like to just check first that your feet are hip width apart, that your toes are pointing forward. Check in with your alignment. And then I'd like you to take a really deep and slow breath in through your nose, sending it deep down into your belly. And then exhaling out through the mouth, pursing the lips and pushing that air out as slowly as you possibly can. Beautiful. Take another couple of breaths like that. Big inhale in through the nose. Slow exhale out through the mouth. Beautiful. Just continuing those slow breaths now as you start to relax into the body. So this practice is about mindful movement. So we're going to move really slowly. We're going to do some of the usual movements that we do in yoga, but we're going to try and really slow it down so that we're tuning in even more deeply to the body. And this is going to really help us to relax as we move more slowly and more mindfully. We gain access to the present moment and we take our nervous system down into rest and digest, and this is the system in which we can heal. We can heal the body, we can heal emotionally, and we can get out of our heads. You can just notice how those slow breaths are making you feel. And just these few minutes here of slowing down the breath. Noticing any benefits, noticing if your mind is starting to slow down a little. When we slow down, we can just experience life more deeply. We can experience life through sensation, through feeling, through the body, rather than through the mind and through rushing and just constantly trying to get to the next thing and get the next thing done. Slowing down allows us to appreciate and embrace the present moment. So take another one of those really slow breaths in and out as slowly as you can. In through the nose. And exhaling out through the mouth. Beautiful. You can gently blink the eyes open. So even doing this slowly, I want every single movement to feel slowed down in this practice. We're going to have more moments of stillness between the poses. We're going to move more slowly between the poses. We're going to move more slowly when we're going more deeply into the poses. So just relaxing your hands down by your sides now, taking a moment of stillness. And then as you breathe in, I want you to sweep your arms up, but take it more slowly than you would normally. Feel the energy in your fingertips. Start to open the heart, pull the shoulders back. And then bring your palms together. We're going to come into an extended mountain pose, reaching back, so we're just finding a little bit of extension in the spine. Lengthening out through the spine so the crown of the head pulls up and back. Breathing in. And then as you breathe out really slowly, pull your hands back, kind of drag the hands back into the heart center. Lovely, let's do that again. Inhale, slowly sweep your arms up, spread your fingers wide, open your heart. Reaching back, extended mountain. Breathing in. And exhale, pull your hands down into your heart. Really slowly. And you can start to notice if there's any inclination to rush through these things, because that tends to be what we do naturally. It's just a good awareness to notice that urge if it's there. This time we're going to swan dive down, so nice and slowly again, inhale. And then exhale, so we bend the knees softly, take your time with this, feel into it. Hinging at the hips, flat back, really slowly down. Belly towards your thighs. And then just let your head hang loose and relaxed. Maybe a little slow movement, rocking left and right. Come back to neutral. I'm going to take our left hand to the center here between your big toes. You can place it on a block if you need some extra height. And then just take a moment here to straighten and bend the legs. And we're going to keep the right leg straight and the left leg bent. And then what I want you to do is open up through the right hand side. So we're going to really slowly twist and reach your right fingertips up, opening up through your right shoulder. Inhale. And exhale, slowly bring that hand back, really slowly, just sweep it back and swap. Right hand with left hand, straighten the left leg, bend the right leg. Once again, we're going to really slowly reach the left fingers up. Feel into that movement. Want this left shoulder nice and open, so loop that shoulder back away from the ear. Beautiful, one more. And then exhale, slowly bring it back. We're going to roll up slowly, of course. Make this the slowest unraveling of your spine that you've ever done. So really tune in. Bend the knees. Drop your chin towards your chest. And then slowly start to stack your spine. Feel the spine, the vertebrae, stacking one on top of the other as you draw the energy up from the ground. Chin stays tucked until the end. When you come up, you can loop your shoulders back and lift your head. Finding mountain pose again for a moment of stillness. I'm going to move really slowly through our balance flow that we've been learning in the program. So we're just going to hold for longer and move more slowly. So there'll be less movement as well. So anchor down through your right foot. So this slowness can also come into play when we're setting up for the poses. This is a really good time to practice slowing down in the stages before you move into the pose. So this is how we set up with a really good foundation, and we can check in with all of those things that we've been learning throughout the program, the alignment, the focus, all those little those little elements, those aspects that are helping us in our practice, when we slow down, that's when we can really implement all of these things and we can bring them into our practice, and this will help us to improve our poses. So think about your activation, your alignment, your focus before you move. Remembering all those tips and techniques. And just remembering what you can. And then start to slowly lift your left heel, pressing your left hand onto your left leg. Feel that resistance. Take your time and lift the leg if you can. I'm going to hold here for a moment, finding a slow breath, lengthening out through the spine, shoulders down. If you'd like to challenge yourself, if you feel like your balance has improved and you'd like to just test it, maybe closing the eyes down here. Beautiful. Inhale your right arm up. So again, we're taking this nice and slow. And then exhale, open up. You can gaze back towards your fingers if you're able to, and stay balanced. Remember, you can pop the toes down here if you need to. Beautiful. Inhale the arm back up, nice and slow. I'm going to say slow about, I don't know, at least 100 times. And then hands to your hips, moving into Warrior 3. Set up, take your time, square your hips, turn your toes down, align. Finding your warrior. You can do what feels good with the arms and the hands. Experiment. Notice how you're breathing, if you can slow your breathing down at all here. Beautiful, one more. And then exhale, we're going to step into Warrior 2. Let's make this transition really mindful. So hands to the hips. You might be able to just step straight back, or you can bring your toes here just for a moment. And then slowly see if you can land in alignment. Take your time to find your alignment. And then, of course, slowly release the arms. This movement becomes a lot more delicious, is the word that comes to mind, when you move more slowly. Press firmly into the outer edge of your left foot and draw your tailbone down. Gaze over your right fingers. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale and release your hands to your hips. We're going to move into our high lunge, so heel toe that back foot in slightly if you need to. And then see if you can move into this transition on the inhale. Flip your back foot, lift your heel, settle in, soften your rib cage. You want this back leg to be strong. We're lifting and lengthening, so try not to tip forward. And then, you guessed it, slowly reach your hands up. So moving the fingertips slowly past the ears. Maybe a little bit of movement here through the wrists. Find your breath. Amazing, one more breath. And then exhale, hands to hips. We're going to find our final balancing pose with dancer pose. Step it forward. If you need to, find the wall, reach back. Grabbing the inside of your foot. Kick your foot into your hand, reach your right fingers forward. Amazing, breathe in and release. Inhale your arms up. Palms together, reach back into an extended mountain. And then exhale, hands slowly to your heart. Beautiful, inhale. And exhale, slow swan dive down. Just finding some movement at the bottom that feels good, a gentle sway. And then we're going to step our left foot back with mindfulness. Slide it back so that you've got lots of space. Front knees over front ankle, coming into low lunge. And we're just holding a stretch here for a few breaths. If you need blocks, place your hands on blocks. Make sure this left knee is back. And then press your hips forward, down towards the ground to find the stretch. You can loop your shoulders back, shine your heart forward. Close your eyes down and breathe. Amazing. From here, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, slowly walk your hands back. We're going to find half split. What we're going to do is slide our right heel towards the top right corner of the mat, bringing the hands onto the inside. And then maybe sending this left knee back as well if you want to go even deeper. And then resting on blocks or on the ground. Close your eyes down here for a moment. Lovely. From here, keep your left hand where it is, so shoulder, elbow, wrist is in line, and then inhale, slowly reach your right fingers up and twist. And exhale to release. Amazing. Walk your hands round. I'm coming round to face the front, and we're going to flip that left foot to the back, and then just walk your right foot in if you need to. We're coming into gate pose, so you can adjust here, aligning the knee and the hip, the left knee and the right arch. Bring your hands to your hips and then lift up slowly, pressing your hips forward, drawing your tailbone down, pressing into the outer edge of your right foot. Bring your right hand to rest on your right leg, and then inhale your left arm up and over. Continue to lengthen out through your spine, shoulders back. Breathe in and exhale. Hands to your hips. I'm going to step the right foot in so that we're on our hands and knees. Plant the palms, so doing these transitions with mindfulness. And then moving into tabletop. Take a moment here, spread your fingers wide, check your alignment, and then inhale for cow pose. Exhale for cat pose. I want you to take these as slowly as you can, and even try to extend the pause at the end of each breath. Amazing. One more. As you breathe out, tuck your toes, send it into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward. We're going to take baby steps to the top of our mat. And then roll up super slowly, stacking the spine one vertebrae at a time. Tune into the spine as you go. Coming up, looping the shoulders back. Releasing your hands back into mountain pose. A moment of stillness. We're going to balance on the left leg this time. So think about your alignment, your focus, your activation. Think about your breath, all the things we've been learning. Bring it all together now. When you're ready, you can start to lift your Right leg slowly pressing your right hand into your right thigh. Lengthen through your spine, loop your shoulders back. Find stillness. Maybe close your eyes down if you want a little balance challenge. Beautiful. Inhale, slowly reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale and open to the left, maybe gazing back. Inhale your fingers back up. Exhale, hands to your hips. Transition into warrior three. Hips are square, toes turned down, spine is long. Find the activation in that back leg. Crown of the head pulls forward. Inhale and exhale, hands to the hips, step it back into warrior two. Take your time. Mindfully step back and find your alignment. Get your legs into position first, and then we release the arms. Delicious movement. Gaze over the left fingers. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to hips. Prepare for high lunge. Moving on the inhale. Once again, get your legs in position and then we release the arms. Maybe rotate the wrists. Amazing. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hands to your hips. Step forward. Dancer. Inhale. And exhale. Amazing. Back into mountain. Moment of stillness. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale halfway. And then exhale, we're going to step our right leg back with mindfulness. Finding low lunge and taking a stretch. Nice and simple. I think that slowing down allows us to find joy and satisfaction in the simple things. There's a simple enjoyment in just focusing on the breath and slowing down the breath. And then in these moments between the stuff that we consider to be significant, that's why I want to really focus on the transitions between the poses, because I think this is one of the ways that we can slow down more in our lives, is by finding satisfaction in the moments that we don't deem to be so significant. So the moments where we're going from A to B, or we're getting from where we are to where we want to be. Breathe in. Exhale the hips back. I'm going to slide that left heel towards top left corner, bring the hands onto the inside, and then walk that right knee back if you want to go deeper or into the splits. Hands on the ground or on a block. We're pulling left toes towards the left shin. As you breathe in, slowly send your left fingers up and twist. Beautiful, one more. And release. Moving into gate pose, so just take this transition slowly. Start by turning the right toes and then dragging that foot in if you need to. Align. Hands to your hips. Send the hips forward and lengthen through the spine. Draw your tailbone down. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. And then reach your right arm up and over. Find that slow breath. Inhale. And exhale, hands to hips. Bring the left leg in. Take your time, hips over knees. And then we plant the palms, we spin it round into tabletop and then into child's pose. Forehead to the earth. Take some deep breaths. Lovely. Taking one more. Inhale as you look forward. Exhale as you slide your hands in. And then swing your legs around. We're going to extend the right leg but keep the left leg bent. So this is fallen tree. Looks like tree pose but on the ground. So you're pressing your left sole of your left foot onto your inner right thigh. And then flexing your right foot, so pull your right toes towards you as if your foot was flat on the ground. Take a moment here, we want to try and square our hips over the right leg. And then just notice how this feels. You might feel quite tight, which is okay. We're trying to come onto our sit bones so we can get into a bit of a forward fold. Bring your hands to the ground and just start by sitting up tall and lengthening through your spine. Close your eyes down for a moment. And then take your hands forward. We're just going to come not to our full capacity. If this is your full capacity and you can't walk your hands forward, that's fine. Just remain here. I don't want you to take your hands as far forward as you can. I want you to just come to maybe that halfway point and just rest your hands there. And then readjust the spine. So lengthen out through the spine again. Flex your foot, just checking in with all parts of the body in the pose. Relax the shoulders. And then we're going to take it another step. Just to be full capacity. You might be able to reach for your foot, but we're trying to avoid rounding the spine. Also, I want you to focus on keeping your right butt cheek on the ground and your left one, but your right one might have a tendency to roll up. Breathe in. And then exhale and release really slowly. So release at the slowest pace you can, rolling the body up, walking the hands in. Amazing. Bring your hands behind you. So your fingers are pointing forward. If it's easier for you, you can point the fingers back. Slide your right foot in. Slide your left foot out. Bring your bum to the center. Mindful movement. We're going to come into reverse tabletop. So we want the knees to align over the heels here. So lengthen out through your spine and then press into the feet and lift the hips. You might want to walk your feet out a bit further. Check in with the alignment. Really press your hips up high. Try and squeeze your glutes, pull your belly to your spine, and then let your chest open as well. Try not to collapse here. Broaden through the chest. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower slowly and send your bum back between the hands. Keep your feet here and then slide them forward, keeping the feet flexed. And we're going to slowly come into a forward fold. Just take it as low as it feels good. You can use props if you have them available. Find that stretch in the backs of the legs. Find a slow breath. Breathe in. And exhale slowly. Press into your fingertips and roll the body up. We're going to swap the legs around in our fallen tree pose. So pull your right foot in. So the sole of your right foot is on your left inner thigh. Flexing the left foot, facing over the left leg. Inhale, start by lengthening out through the spine. Checking in, we're trying to anchor down through that right side, keeping both butt cheeks on the ground, shoulders down. And then walk your hands forward about halfway to capacity. And then all the way. Bearing in mind this side will likely feel different. Keep your spine long, we don't want to end up here. Keep lengthening, shoulders hug down. Inhale and exhale. We walk the hands in as slowly as we came out. Roll the body up. Take your hands behind you. We're setting up for reverse tabletop again. Slide the left foot in. Take the right foot out. When you're ready, lengthen and lift. Squeeze your glutes. Broaden through your chest. Belly to your spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. And release. Hips come back between the hands. And this time we'll bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly. So it's up to you how you move into this pose. You can stay upright. You can have hands here. You can grab the toes or thread the arms underneath around the backs of the knees. Take as much space as you need. Beautiful. Breathe in. Release slowly. Unravel. So we're going to end with some core. And the focus is still on being slow with our movement. So come towards the top of your mat, knees bent. Take a moment here to lengthen and then reach your fingers forward. We're going to roll down, so we're actually going to curl through the spine here. So pull your belly button in. I want you to take this really slowly, of course, but especially when you get to this point where you're bringing your lower back towards the ground. So we really want the lower back to have contact with the ground. If you need to, grab the backs of the knees and just slowly bring your hands down the thighs for support. So here, slow it right down. Press your lower back into the ground. So you're here, and then let it go. Amazing. Bring the knees in. Extend the legs up. I'm going to do a similar thing, but this time we're lowering the legs. Super slow again. Lower back is the most important thing here. Keep it pressed firmly down. If you need to take one leg at a time at any point, you can. You can press your palms down for support here into the earth and then start to lower. Close your eyes so you can tune in. So if you get to this point here and you're doing this, you've got space here. Bend the knees a little bit and then just take one leg at a time, or just straight leg down. You need to keep your lower back pressed down to protect the back and the spine. And it can get very challenging when you get nearer the ground. Amazing. Once you've got down there, just relax. Okay, we're coming up now. I'm going to do that all again. So legs straight. Reach your fingers up. And then start to curl up just how we came down. So get to this point where you're lifting the shoulder blades away from the ground and then really press your lower back down. If you need help, again, grab the thighs. Come all the way up and bend the legs coming back to that starting position. Let's take it down. Try not to hold your breath as well, so focus on breathing. Get to this point, hold, press your lower back down, feel that connection, and then let it go. Hug the knees in, send the legs up and lower. Release. It's a real challenge to keep breathing when you're doing these. Fingers up and forward. Find that connection. Roll all the way up. Perfect. We're just going to come all the way back down now into Shavasana. Last one, final bit of work. Hug the knees in. Massage your lower back on the ground. Take a big inhale in through your nose and then exhale out through your mouth as you relax the legs down. Just let go of any effort, any tension. All I want you to do now is extend your exhale out long. Notice how you feel. When we slow down, we can access the present moment. We can notice what's going on in the body. We can find those spaces that exist between our thoughts. We can enjoy life more. We can be more in the body. Sometimes slowing down is not easy. Sometimes there are emotions in the body that don't feel so good. But when we allow ourselves to slow down and feel the unwanted emotions, it allows us to better embrace and experience the positive emotions as well. Just take these final few moments to be in that slowness, embody what it means to slow down. Observe the spaces between your thoughts. Beautiful. Take one final deep breath in. Slow breath out. Set the intention to now move through the rest of your day in this way. Take a long body stretch. Knees to chest. Rolling up. Finding a seat. A moment of stillness. Inhale your arms up. Palms come together and then exhale them as slowly as you can. Drag them down into your heart. Bow your head. Namaste.